Everyone remembers the crash that we had in previous years. The problem is what we're seeing right now brings back this PTSD and we immediately go there. In this video, what we're gonna talk about are the 4 metrics that show that this barbecue is completely unlike what we saw before. So you ready? Let's do it. Number 1, equity gap. Now, the equity gap is the difference between the total mortgages on a property and the total value. Now, that difference now is quite substantial compared to 2005 and 2006 when there was a very small equity gap. So a little bit of a dip and all of a sudden everyone felt they were underwater. Now, part of the problems we had back then came from the fact that when people were paying a mortgage into a house where they were underwater, they felt the need to just walk away rather than pay into a depreciating asset. Unfortunately, we are far from that right now. So that's one way we are extremely different from back in the recession. Number 2, Airbnbs and short-term rentals. Now, back in the day, do you remember Airbnbs? Probably not, because it really didn't exist. It didn't find its footing until much later. So what ended up happening is those assets were falling down and investors didn't want to touch them. Where now, investors will just jump in and think, hey, you know what, I can do this as a short-term rental, or in some cases a long-term rental. But the short-term rental aspect of the existing inventory is a huge component that's way different than the scenario we had back then. Number 3, liquidity. And I know liquidity is just a big word for everyone's got money. So everyone's got equity, everyone's got credit lines, everyone's got everything. And back in the day, we didn't have that. Again, it comes down to the fact that we had such a small equity gap where no one had access to capital. Now, with the government intervention of pumping so much money into the economy, feels like everybody's got cash to invest. So again, something that's completely different than before, where now you have investors that have cash, you have people that are on the sidelines. Maybe they've deployed it, maybe they haven't, but it's a completely different ball game than what we had before. Number 4 is gonna be rent growth. And rent growth is one of the most important ones. And we all know that rents have gone up, so this isn't anything new, but I wanna share the context of how much they've gone up. So in August of 2005, back at that time, your median sale price was $619,000. As of August of this year, our median sale price was $849,000. That's a difference of 37% in the increase. So we're gonna take that 37%, we're gonna sit that over here for a second. Now, when we look at rents, back in August of 2005, your 2-bedroom apartment, your average was going for about $875. When we take that and we compare that to August of this year, which is closer to $2,200, you've got 37% increase over here in sales, but you've got 150% increase in rents. So I wanted to showcase this so you see why this market is so different and why investors who now have liquidity are still sitting on the sidelines going, whether it's short-term rentals or whether it's long-term rentals, there are options for acquisition in a constrained market like this. So that's where a lot of people are sitting there. They're looking for that opportunity still. And I do believe that there is opportunities in the next couple of years, absolutely. So if you have questions, you want to talk your specific strategy, I guarantee you, your strategy is different than everyone else's as we go into this type of market. So if we can help, want to have that strategy session, by all means, please reach out. Hope you're having a great day. Take care, bye-bye.